There's really three things that happen in our really complicated physiology. Every second in our human body, there's actually 30 billion trillion chemical reactions that occur per second, each and every second, 30 billion trillion. So even if it were a million chemical reactions that occur in my body, the smartest people in the world wouldn't really be able to comprehend what a million chemical reactions per second is, but it's 30 billion trillion, right? We can't even comprehend what that means. And so there's really three things that happen in that really incredible physiology that's constantly helping you heal and adapt to your environment. It's almost working perfectly all the time, 30 billion trillion, right? And then when we have issues over time, it's usually because of three things. We either have toxicities, we live in the most toxic environment that we ever have in history. We have deficiencies in many things because our food is grown very differently than even 50 years ago. And then we have other imbalances in our body. And this could be hormonal, neurological. This is really all that can happen. Every test you've ever seen, diagnostic, blood work, urinalysis, we're really checking these things. Okay. So now the more information you get from your body, the better you can take care of it. Most people get 20 or 30 blood measurements done once a year. And then usually those are all for prescriptions, right? They might write you a cholesterol prescription, cholesterol drug, blood sugar, right? Metformin or insulin or something, but it's really not that much information. If I'm measuring 20 or 30 things once a year in my body, yet I can measure thousands of things, a lot of these things creep up and cause issues slowly over time based on our habits. But again, the three things are toxicities, deficiencies, and imbalances. So whenever I look for tools in my own healthcare program and thousands of patients, I'm always trying to figure out at what cost to the body. Is there a benefit, but what cost to the body as far as side effects or other things it can throw off in that very advanced 30 billion trillion chemical reactions? So we have to look at everything in that regard. At what cost to the body? If I take this or I do this, at what cost to the body? Okay. I mentioned this, adverse drug reactions are either the third or fourth leading cause of death, depending on the source. So I'm always looking for ways to not rely on this because they are the third and fourth leading cause of death. And this is why my kids haven't had a Tylenol. Most people think Tylenol is safe, it's over the counter. It's also the most common cause of liver failure, Tylenol itself. So a lot of this is really mainstream dogma that we've just accepted as fact over time because everybody else says it, our doctors say it, our the TV stations say it. So a lot of what we believe is really fed to us. It's really programmed into us. So I love critically thinking and stepping back and looking at things from a very different angle. And again, the question we're going to look at this whole time is at what cost to the body? Only 1%, by the way, of serious drug reactions are reported or reported properly. This is from the British Medical Journal. Only 1%. So if it's the third or fourth leading cause of death, but only 1% of the serious drug reactions are reported, it's got to be number one based on statistics, right? So keep that in mind. We're always finding ways so that I don't have to rely on those more invasive treatments, or there's no drug in the world that fixes a deficiency. We know that all drugs create toxicity in the body, and they may help with some balance, but they also create a lot of other imbalances in the body. Remember those three things. Only about 15% of medical interventions, this is not me, by the way, don't get mad at me. In the British Medical Journal, they say only about 15% of medical interventions are supported by solid scientific evidence. I like evidence, I like research, but more important to me is observation. If I can use a test or a diagnostic, or I feel better from something, that's more important to me than maybe a study, right? Even though I look at studies, I love studies, we need studies. We can't just look at that only because only 15% is actually supported in the medication environment by a solid medical evidence. Testosterone, this is a male and female discussion. You're going to really understand why that is by the end of this, but this is not a male hormone. There's no such thing as male hormones and female hormones. We all have pretty much the same ones, just in different ratios.